And we are about to pass this love challenge and continue on with the chapters. As you can see, I've been a little busy. I have more grace points than I did before, and I'm sure we're good for now. So, shall we? Open sesame! I like Philip's boots. I was given my own room to sleep in. Skeletiano was also given a room on the same floor as mine. Judy, do you have a moment? There was a light knock at my door, then Skeletiano opened it. Come on in. Would you care for some tea before bed? He held a cup of tea to me with a piece of apple cut like a star floating in it. Oh, how cute! It's an apple tea. It's apple tea. The Count just gave me a crash course on how to serve delicious tea. Apparently, someone who can't manage that doesn't have the qualifications to call himself a butler. It smells good. I took a sip of the tea. It's sweet and delicious. Thank goodness. The Count knows so much. I want to study under him and learn how to master all different kinds of tea. The present-day Skeletiano is an expert at pouring tea. I see now how much effort he put into getting to that level. I can see that too. Jandy. Skeletiano tilted his head slightly as he regarded me with a troubled expression. What is it? Sometimes you seem to... It's like you're looking at me with love in your eyes. Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have been misinterpreting. It's just that when you look at me like that, my ribcage flutters and I can't calm down. I'm just being overly self-cautious. How embarrassing. Even when I try to hide them, my feelings still seep out. What would I do if this were me? Take his hand. I took hold of Skeletiano's cold white hand. Huh? I think you're wonderful, JD. So I can't help but look at you like that. I see. I was scared when I suddenly arrived in this land of the dead. But having you here is reassuring. I'm glad you feel that way. When I first came to Niflheim, he's the one who helped me. I happily finished the rest of my apple tea. Okay, now if you excuse me. I smiled gently at Skeletiano to reassure him. When I look at you, I can't help but be filled with affection. Just from looking at me? Skeletiano murmured dreamily. You're a kind and good person, and I know that. Such words are wasted on me. Absolutely not. I was scared when I suddenly arrived in this land of the dead, but having you here is reassuring. I'm glad you feel that way. When I first came to Niflheim, he's the one who helped me. I happily finished the rest of my apple tea. Okay, on to episode 5. I believe it's episode 5, unless there's another love challenge. Why did I have to call it? And... Oh my... Well... Okay, so Skeletano's set is the apple set. My, I wonder if this was made for you, princess. I'm the luckiest skeleton to see such beauty. Okay. So I'm just curious. The apple set, Skeletano set. It would make sense because it's apple tea. So, I know what to buy now. Story. The next day, at Orlando's orders, Skeletano and I went out to do some shopping in the town. Did he make sure to bring the shopping list, Skeletano? Yes, it's right here. We need flour and sugar and cinnamon. It's all powders. I'm sure the grocery store was around here. Just then. Oh, we heard a small shout and looked around to find JJ staring at us with wide eyes. JJ, I can't believe we've bumped into him here in town. I've never seen a moving skeleton before. JJ was staring straight at Skeletano. Who are you? Oh, is my appearance unusual? This is JJ and Skeletano's first meeting, isn't it? I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. Although I was surprised, too, to die and reawaken as a zombie. As a skeleton. But I quite like this body. So, you don't just move, you talk, too. How very interesting. Skeletano strode briskly around and clapped Skeletano's shoulder tightly. I have a favor to ask of you. Certainly. What is it? Allow me to dissect you. Whoa, JJ, I don't think you can really do that. I don't think you can dissect a skeleton. Huh? No, in your case, it would probably be more correct to say disassemble. What's this about all of a sudden? It would just be for a short while, no more than 48 hours. That's a long time! I want to study every inch of you. JJ's expression is the picture of seriousness. So JJ was like this even 1,200 years ago? Oh, now that I think about it, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm JJ. What's your name? Skeletano, although many people call me Bones. Bones, huh? Alright then. Let me ask you again. Will you allow me to disassemble you? No way! Skeletano shouted, then dashed off at top speed. I restrained JJ as he tried to give chase. JJ, it's not nice to strong-arm him into it, but I desperately want to research him. You'll just have to deal with it. I admonished him, and JJ's shoulders slumped with disappointment. Hey, does Skeletano remind you of anything? I find it fascinating that a skeleton is moving around and has its own will like a human being. It looks like Adam's memories were left behind in the land of the living. What a bummer. Yeah, my phone makes that noise. He's so cute. There are other sentient skeletons like in Niflheim. Really? What an interesting place. By the way, who are you? I'm Jandy. Jandy, where is Niflheim Castle? I'm living there right now. I'll show you the way. But before that, I need to do some shopping. Since it's your fault that Skeletano ran off, you can accompany me in his place. That will be no problem. Do you have some business at the castle? The king has set up a research facility for me in the castle, so I'm going to take a look at it. You already know the king? The king is the one who resurrected me here in Niflheim. Really? That's the same as me. After we'd finished shopping and were walking home, Skeletano came rushing up came rushing up to us. Jandy, I'm sorry. I was so scared of this murderous zombie that I... And after I was asked to go shopping, I'm an idiot. Please scold these stupid bones as you see fit. It's fine. I think anyone would have run away in the same situation. Jandy, you really are big-hearted. A moment later, JJ appeared from behind me. Oh, is Bones also working at the castle? You murdering zombie! You won't give up, do you? Coming all the way to the castle! No, he actually has business at the castle. I'm not a murdering zombie. I'm just a scientist. A scientist? Skeletiano gazed off vacantly into the distance. I think I used to know a scientist long ago. Skeletiano. Skeletiano's words gave me a shock. He must mean JJ. Well, at any rate, I can't trust him. He looks suspicious. The same goes for you. What? Don't let me in with a zombie who suddenly tries to dissect someone! The mood here has turned kind of ominous. Come. Even though JJ is not saying it with any malicious intent, it's only natural that Skeletiano would be angry. But it wouldn't be nice for them to always be at each other's throats like this. I mean, they might have lost their memories of it, but they're actually like family. I cannot possibly permit such a dangerous person to enter the castle. What if he did something to the king? Don't worry, the king is invincible. And JJ wouldn't do anything to hurt others. But he tried to dissect me, you know! He just got overexcited because a sentient skeleton is so rare, right? Yes. I could feel the adrenaline rushing through me. Just then, someone else appeared. Oh, JJ, here you are! The king greeted JJ nonchalantly. Alright, now let's see. Skeletiano's words gave me a shock. He must mean JJ. Well, at any rate, I can't trust him. He looks suspicious. The same goes for you. What? Don't let me in with a zombie who suddenly tries to dissect someone. The mood here has turned kind of ominous. What would happen if I just watched? It's probably better to just stay quiet and watch rather than say the wrong thing. Skeletiano and JJ continued arguing as I watched on silently. It's completely absurd to ask someone if you can dissect them on your first meeting. Then it's okay if it's not the second meeting? Then it's okay if it's not the first meeting? So you're saying that if it was the second time we'd met, it'd be fine to ask to dissect you? Rather, it's the first time or the second! It's a definite no to any dissecting! I'm sure you wouldn't agree to it if some zombie asked to dissect you for their research. I would. What? I wouldn't mind being used as a guinea pig if it were helpful to the advancement of science. I'm already dead, so it's not like I can die anymore. Maybe I should have stepped in. Just then, someone else appeared. Oh, JJ, here you are! The king greeted JJ nonchalantly. Well, this has already gone long enough, so I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!